Your financial reality is not a reflection of the economy or your luck. It is a direct reflection of a story about money you have been unconsciously living out your entire life. This script, written with the invisible ink of past experiences and societal beliefs, has dictated your every action. But what if you could finally see the words? What if you could pick up a divine pen and become the author of a brand new story, one filled with limitless abundance and prosperity? This book is your masterclass in becoming that author. It provides the blueprint to consciously edit your past narratives and write a future so compelling that the universe has no choice but to make it real. Prepare to take control of your narrative and manifest the life you were always destined to live. The story of you, writing your next chapter with the universe, written and published by Success Attraction Formula. Chapter 1. Editing your old money story. Imagine finding a dusty, leather-bound book in the attic of your mind. Its title is simply My Life. As you blow the dust off the cover and open its pages, you begin to read. The early chapters, written in a childish scrawl, are filled with the first things you ever learned about the world. You read stories about how money was a source of stress for your family, or perhaps how it was something to be revered, but was always scarce. You see sentences that say you have to work incredibly hard to get by, or wanting too much is greedy. As you continue reading, you realize with a shock that the themes and beliefs from those first few pages have echoed through every subsequent chapter, influencing your career choices, your financial decisions, and your deepest feelings of worthiness. This old, dusty book is your money story, and most of us are living out its plot without ever realizing we have the power to pick up a red pen and start editing. Before you can write a new chapter of abundance, you must first become a conscious and compassionate editor of your past. This isn't about blaming your parents, your culture, or your past self. It is about understanding, with gentle awareness, the origins of the beliefs that are currently shaping your financial reality. These beliefs, often called money scripts, are the unconscious rules and narratives we hold about money. They operate like the software running in the background of a computer, dictating our actions and reactions without our active participation. Our mission in this chapter is to bring that software to the foreground, to examine its code, and to lovingly uninstall the programs that no longer serve us. Let's begin the editing process by identifying some of the most common limiting money stories. One of the most prevalent is the money is evil, or money is corrupting script. People who hold this belief may have grown up hearing that wealthy people are inherently greedy, dishonest, or unhappy. As a result, they may subconsciously sabotage their own financial success to maintain their identity as a good person. They might shy away from opportunities for advancement, feel immense guilt when they have a surplus of money, or even find ways to lose it, all to stay in alignment with the subconscious belief that being poor is more virtuous than being rich. If this story resonates with you, ask yourself, where did I first learn this? Is it possible to be both wealthy and a kind, generous, and spiritual person? By questioning the core premise of the story, you begin to dissolve its power. Another common narrative is the scarcity, or not enough story. This script is rooted in the fear that resources are limited and there's a finite amount of success to go around. Someone living this story constantly worries about running out of money, feels anxious when spending, and often views the success of others with envy, believing that someone else's gain is their loss. This mindset keeps a person in a state of perpetual contraction and fear. They may hoard money but never enjoy it, or they may be too afraid to invest in themselves or their dreams. To edit this story, you must begin to actively look for evidence of abundance in the world. Notice the endless creativity, the new businesses being formed, the generosity of strangers. Abundance is a law of nature. A single tree produces thousands of seeds. The sun provides more energy than we could ever use. By shifting your focus from lack to plenitude, you start to rewrite the scarcity script into a story of infinite possibility. The money is hard script is another powerful tale that keeps people trapped. This story dictates that earning money must involve immense struggle, sacrifice, and soul-crushing work. People who believe this often find themselves in jobs they dislike, working long hours for modest pay, because their subconscious belief tells them this is the only way. They may look upon those who earn money with ease or joy with suspicion, thinking it must be a fluke or that something is wrong. The edit for this story involves embracing a new belief. I can create value and receive abundance with joy and ease. This doesn't mean you won't work or apply effort, but it shifts the energy from one of struggle to one of inspired, joyful creation. It opens you up to the idea of earning money through your passions and talents, rather than just through hard labor. To uncover your own personal money story, you must become an archaeologist of your own life. Take some time with a journal and reflect on your earliest memories of money. What was the atmosphere in your home when money was discussed? Was it tense and anxious, or calm and open? What did your parents or guardians say about money and wealthy people? Write down any phrases or sayings that you remember. These are the powerful first drafts of your financial script. Then, reflect on your own life. Look at your financial patterns. Do you tend to sabotage your success when you reach a certain income level? Do you have a pattern of getting into and out of debt? These patterns are the real-life plot points that reveal the underlying story you are living out. This process requires radical honesty, but also radical self-compassion. Remember, you did not consciously choose these beliefs. They were absorbed from your environment when you were young and impressionable. You are not to blame. However, as a conscious adult, you now have both the power and the responsibility to choose whether you want to continue living by that old script. The simple act of becoming aware of a limiting belief is profoundly liberating. It is like realizing you have been reading a book in a dimly lit room. Once someone turns on the light, you can finally see the words clearly and decide if you like the story. As you edit your old money story, you are clearing the way for something new to be written. You are taking the old, dusty manuscript of your past, thanking it for the lessons it taught you, and lovingly placing it on a shelf. You are making space on your desk for a fresh, blank page. The role of editor is complete. Now, you are ready to step into a far more exciting role. Now that you've uncovered the old, dusty manuscript of your past and identified the limiting narratives you're ready to release, what comes next? How do you transform from a mere editor of what was into a visionary author of what can be, outlining a future so abundant it takes your breath away? In our next chapter, we will learn how to design the thrilling plot for your new story of wealth. Remember to subscribe to Success Attraction Formula, give this video a like, and comment with your personal opinions or suggestions for channel development. Chapter 2. Outlining your chapter of abundance. Imagine you are a brilliant architect standing before a vast, empty plot of land. You have been given an unlimited budget and the finest materials to build your absolute dream home. What is the very first thing you do? You don't just start laying bricks randomly. You create a blueprint. You dream, you design, and you draw out every single detail with clarity and passion, from the grand entryway to the precise placement of the windows that will catch the morning sun. This is the exact process you must now apply to your financial life. Having edited the old, crumbling structure of your past money story, you now stand before a beautiful, open space of possibility. This chapter is your design phase. It is where you get to be the visionary architect of your own prosperity, creating a detailed and emotionally resonant blueprint for the abundant life you truly desire. The universe, much like a master builder, works most effectively when it is given a clear and specific plan. One of the most common reasons people fail to attract wealth is the vagueness of their desires. They say things like, "I want to be rich," or "I wish I had more money." This is like telling an architect, "I want a nice house." It's a starting point, but it provides no real direction. What does rich mean to you? Is it a specific number in your bank account? Is it the freedom to travel the world without worrying about cost? Is it the ability to generously support your family and causes you care about? Without this clarity, your desire has no energy, no focus. It is a weak signal that gets lost in the noise of the universe. Your first task as the author of your new chapter is to move from vague wishes to crystal clear intentions. To begin outlining your chapter of abundance, you need to engage not just your logical mind, but your heart and your imagination. Take some time to sit in a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Close your eyes and ask yourself a powerful question. If time and money were no object, what would my ideal day look like? Don't just think about it, live it in your mind's eye. Where do you wake up? Is it in a light-filled apartment in a bustling city, a serene home by the ocean, or a cozy cabin in the mountains? What do you do with your morning? Are you enjoying a leisurely coffee, working on a creative project you love, or engaging in invigorating exercise? Who are you with? What conversations are you having? What do you do for work if you choose to work at all? Is it something that fills you with a sense of purpose and joy? How do you spend your evenings? Feel the textures, smell the aromas, hear the sounds of this ideal day. This exercise is not mere fantasy. It is a form of spiritual and psychological blueprinting. When you immerse yourself in the feeling of your desire fulfilled, you begin to align your own energetic frequency with the frequency of that reality. The universe responds not just to your thoughts, but to your feelings. The feeling is the prayer. By feeling the joy, peace, and freedom of your abundant life now, you become a vibrational match to it. This is the secret to magnetizing opportunities and resources to you. You are not chasing abundance. You are embodying it, and therefore attracting it. Write down the details of this ideal day in a journal. Be as descriptive and vivid as possible. This written outline serves as a constant reminder of the destination you are programming into your cosmic GPS. Now let's get specific about the financial details of your blueprint. While the feeling is paramount, clarity on the numbers can provide a powerful focus for your creative mind. Based on the ideal day you just envisioned, what level of income would be required to support that lifestyle comfortably? Don't be afraid to dream big, but also be realistic enough that the number feels believable to you. It's often helpful to work backwards. Calculate the costs of your ideal home, travel, hobbies, daily expenses, and charitable contributions. What is the monthly or annual income that would make all of this happen with ease, with plenty left over for savings and investments? Write that number down. This is your target. Seeing the number in black and white demystifies it and turns an abstract concept like wealth into a concrete, achievable goal. It is also crucial that your outline for abundance is holistic. True wealth is not just about money. It encompasses vibrant health, loving relationships, fulfilling work, and a deep sense of peace and joy. As you design your blueprint, make sure you are including these other vital aspects of a rich life. What does abundance in your health look like? What does abundance in your relationships feel like? A life with $1 billion but poor health and broken relationships is not a life of true abundance. By creating a vision that includes all areas of your life, you are writing a much more compelling and sustainable story, one that the universe will be delighted to help you create. As you flesh out your outline, you might notice some of the old, edited stories trying to creep back in. A voice might whisper, "Who are you to deserve all this?" Or "This is unrealistic." This is perfectly normal. Simply acknowledge the voice, thank it for trying to protect you, and then gently return your focus to your new, empowering blueprint. Your job is to hold the vision of your new chapter so clearly and with so much positive emotion that it begins to feel more real than your current circumstances. This is how you override the old programming. You are not fighting the old story. You are simply writing a better one that is so compelling it makes the old one obsolete. Your detailed, emotionally charged blueprint is your new script. It is the story you will read to yourself every day, the destination you will hold in your mind's eye. It is the North Star that will guide all of your actions and decisions moving forward. You have transformed from editor to architect, from critic to visionary. You have created a plan so beautiful and so aligned with your soul that its creation is now inevitable. Your blueprint for abundance is now clear, vibrant, and filled with a feeling of possibility. It exists as a powerful plan in your mind and on paper. But how do you take this detailed plan from the drafting table of your imagination and officially submit it to the cosmic architect? What is the powerful, universal language you must use to ensure your request is not just heard, but green-lit for immediate production. In our next chapter, we will learn exactly how to write your request. Remember to subscribe to Success Attraction Formula, give this video a like, and comment with your personal opinions or suggestions for channel development. Chapter 3. Writing your request to the universe. Every word you speak is a command. Every thought you think is a blueprint. You are in constant communication with the universe, whether you are aware of it or not. The problem is that most people are sending out mixed, contradictory, and unfocused signals. They are like a radio station broadcasting static. One moment they think, I want to be wealthy, and the next they think, I'll never get out of debt. They say, I believe in abundance, but their daily conversations are filled with complaints about how expensive everything is. To manifest the life you outlined in the previous chapter, you must stop broadcasting static and start transmitting a clear, powerful, and coherent signal. This chapter is about learning the precise language of creation. It is about mastering the art of writing and speaking your request to the universe in a way that it can understand and is compelled to respond to. The universe responds to two things above all else: clarity and feeling. Your request must be crystal clear, and it must be charged with the powerful emotion of already having what you desire. The most effective tools for crafting this request are affirmations and written intentions. An affirmation is a positive statement declared in the present tense that affirms a desired reality as already true. A written intention is a more detailed, formal letter or script that outlines your desires. Both of these tools work by programming your subconscious mind and aligning your energetic frequency with the reality you wish to create. Let's first explore the art of crafting powerful affirmations. The language you use is critically important. Many people make the mistake of affirming what they will have in the future. For example, I will be wealthy, or I will get a promotion. The universe, however, operates only in the present moment. When you state something in the future tense, you are instructing the universe to keep it in the future, always just out of reach. You must phrase your affirmations as if your desire is already your current reality. Instead of I will be wealthy, the powerful affirmation is, I am so happy and grateful that I am now wealthy and financially free. This statement does not lie. It declares a higher truth that you are choosing to align with. Similarly, you must avoid phrasing your requests in the negative. The subconscious mind does not process negatives easily. If you say, I don't want to be in debt anymore, the mind primarily hears debt. You are focusing your energy and attention on the very thing you wish to eliminate, which ironically can attract more of it. The universe is like a cosmic search engine. It brings you what you focus on. Instead, you must state what you do want. The positive reframe of that affirmation would be, I am enjoying the freedom of complete financial solvency. All of my bills are paid with ease, and my income far exceeds my expenses. Feel the profound energetic difference between those two statements. One is rooted in fear and lack, the other in relief, freedom, and abundance. Your affirmations should be personal, positive, and present tense. They should also evoke a strong, positive feeling. When you say or write your affirmation, you should feel a sense of joy, gratitude, or excitement. If an affirmation feels flat or unbelievable, try rephrasing it until it resonates with you. For example, if I am a multimillionaire feels too far-fetched right now and creates a feeling of resistance, you can start with a bridge affirmation like, I am in the process of becoming a multimillionaire and I am open to all avenues of wealth. Or I am getting better and better at managing my money and attracting new opportunities. The key is to find the statement that feels both expansive and believable to you. Now, let's move on to the practice of writing your request. This is a sacred act of formalizing your intention. Take a beautiful piece of paper and a pen that you love to write with. At the top of the page, you can write something like, a letter of intention to the universe, or my order for creation. Then, in clear and descriptive language, write out the story of the abundant life you are now living, as if it has already happened. Use the details from the blueprint you created in the last chapter. Write about your beautiful home, your fulfilling work, your joyful relationships, and your financial freedom. Write in the past or present tense. For example, I am so incredibly grateful for the journey that led me to this beautiful life. I wake up every morning in my light-filled home, feeling a profound sense of peace and excitement for the day. My work, which allows me to share my unique gifts with the world, brings me both immense fulfillment and an income of over your target number per year. Money flows to me easily and effortlessly from multiple sources. As you write, immerse yourself completely in the feeling of this reality. Feel the gratitude welling up in your heart. Feel the relief of financial security. Feel the joy of living your purpose. This emotional charge is the fuel that launches your request into the universe. Once you have finished writing your letter, sign and date it. You can then fold it up and place it in a special place, like an altar or a vision board. Or, some people prefer a more ceremonial release, such as safely burning the letter, symbolizing the release of the request into the ether. The specific ritual is less important than the intention and feeling behind it. By writing it down, you have made your desire concrete. By releasing it, you are demonstrating your trust that the universe has received your order and is now working on its fulfillment. This practice of writing and speaking your requests should become a daily ritual. Spend a few minutes each morning and each evening reading your affirmations aloud with conviction and feeling. Reread your letter of intention regularly to reconnect with your vision. You are the author of your story, and this is the process of writing your new script, line by powerful line. You are replacing the old, disempowering internal dialogue with a new, life-affirming one. Over time, these new thoughts and words will become your dominant vibration, your default setting. And when your internal reality shifts so profoundly, your external reality has no choice but to follow suit. You've now sent your powerful request out into the universe, written in the language of creation itself. You have a clear blueprint and a powerfully worded script. But what is the single most crucial element that determines whether your story remains a mere manuscript collecting dust or becomes a lived, breathing, epic reality? The answer lies not just in what you ask for, but in who you become. In our next chapter, we will explore how to step into the role of the hero of your own story. Remember to subscribe to Success Attraction Formula, give this video a like, and comment with your personal opinions or suggestions for channel development. Chapter 4. Becoming the hero of your story. The universe does not write stories about victims. It writes epic tales about heroes. Your divine co-author, having received your beautiful and compelling proposal for your next chapter, is now waiting for you to claim your starring role. A story, no matter how brilliant its plot or magnificent its setting, is nothing without a compelling protagonist. The hero is the engine of the narrative, the one who makes the choices, who faces the challenges, and who takes the actions that move the story forward. This is the part of the creative process where so many of us falter. After we have done the profound inner work of editing our past and outlining our future, we can fall into a state of passive waiting. We wait for the universe to do all the work, to deliver our desires to us on a silver platter while we sit on the sidelines. We forget that we are not just the author of our story, but also its main character. We remain in the passive, reactive role of the protagonist from our old story of lack, hoping to be rescued, rather than stepping into the powerful, proactive role of the hero of our new story of abundance. A story with a passive character is a boring story, and the universe does not deal in boredom. It is waiting for you to get in the game, to take action, and to become the inspiring hero of the very chapter you have just so beautifully designed. The transformative solution is to consciously and deliberately step into your heroic identity. You must understand that becoming the hero of your story is not about being perfect, fearless, or possessing superhuman abilities. A true hero is simply someone who says yes to the adventure. They are someone who, despite their fears and their doubts, chooses to act in alignment with their vision. They see challenges not as roadblocks designed to stop them, but as thrilling plot points designed to make them stronger, wiser, and more capable. When you choose to embody the hero's mindset, you fundamentally change your relationship with the creative process. You are no longer waiting for your life to happen to you. You are actively and joyfully happening to your life. You become a dynamic and inspiring partner with the universe, your courageous actions providing the narrative drive that allows your divine co-author to weave in the magic, the synchronicities, and the miracles. Claiming your heroic role is the act that breathes life into your outline, transforming it from a static plan into a living, breathing, and unfolding epic tale of triumph. The first principle of this heroic embodiment is to adopt the hero's mindset. A hero's defining quality is not their absence of fear, but their willingness to act in the presence of it. The hero feels the fear of the dragon, but they approach the cave anyway. You must learn to view your own fears and challenges through this heroic lens. When a challenge appears in your path, your new practice is to reframe it. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" you will ask the hero's question, "What is this challenge inviting me to become? What strength is this situation asking me to call forth from within myself?" For example, you have outlined a new chapter of financial abundance by starting a new business, and you immediately lose your first big client. The victim mindset would see this as a sign of failure and want to quit. The hero's mindset sees this as the first major test in the story. It is the moment where the hero has to dig deep and find a new level of resilience, creativity, and faith. This challenge is not a punishment. It is a plot point designed to forge you into the savvy and resilient business owner you need to be to handle the massive success that is coming later in the story. By viewing your life's challenges in this way, you transform them from terrifying obstacles into exciting opportunities for growth and character development. With the hero's mindset as your foundation, the second principle is taking inspired action. The hero is the one who moves the plot forward. They must act. However, there is a profound difference between forceful action and inspired action. Forceful action comes from the ego. It is anxious, frantic, and born of a belief that you have to make everything happen by yourself. It is the energy of swimming upstream. Inspired action, on the other hand, is the action of the hero who is in partnership with their co-author. It feels calm, intuitive, and often effortless. It is the intuitive nudge, the quiet whisper, the breadcrumb that the universe provides to show you the next step. Your job as the hero is to learn to listen for these inspired nudges and to act on them with faith. For instance, the hero who is writing a chapter of career success does not necessarily send out 100 generic resumes a day. Forceful action. Instead, they quiet their mind, and they might get a sudden, inspired nudge to call an old colleague they have not spoken to in years. They act on this nudge without knowing why, inspired action, and it turns out that colleague has the perfect connection for their next career move. To cultivate this skill, you must practice creating moments of quiet in your day, as we have discussed before. And when an intuitive idea to take a specific action arises, you must honor it. The more you act on these inspired breadcrumbs, the more the universe will provide them, co-creating your story with you in a beautiful and magical dance. The third and ultimate principle of this chapter is embodying the character. A truly great actor does not just say the lines of their character. They become the character. They think, move, and feel as the character would. In the same way, you must not just act like the hero of your story. You must become the hero. You must fully and completely embody the identity of the person who is already living your new abundant chapter. The practice for this is identity embodiment. At the beginning of each day, you will take a moment to connect with the hero of your new story. Ask yourself, how would the successful, abundant, and joyful version of me move through this day? How would they think? What kind of decisions would they make? How would they handle a challenge? Then, you will commit to embodying that character for the day. For example, if the hero of your story is a wealthy and generous person, you would go through your day embodying that energy. You might leave a slightly larger tip, not because you can necessarily afford it yet, but because that is the action of a generous person. You might look at your current bank account not with fear, but with the calm stewardship of a wealthy person who knows it is just a temporary number. This is not faking it. It is a powerful, energetic rehearsal. You are aligning your personal vibration with the vibration of your desired reality, making you an irresistible match for the experiences, people, and opportunities that belong to the hero of your magnificent new story. You have now stepped onto the stage of your own life and claimed your starring role. You are no longer a passive character, but the proactive, courageous, and inspiring hero of your own epic tale, writing your story in a beautiful, co-creative dance with the universe. But even the greatest hero on the grandest adventure will encounter unexpected signs and surprising plot twists along the way. How do you learn to become a masterful reader of your own life story, to interpret the subtle clues and navigate the shocking turns that your divine co-author will inevitably write into the script to make your journey even more exciting and rewarding? Remember to subscribe to Success Attraction Formula. Give this video a like and comment with your personal opinions or suggestions for channel development. Chapter 5. Reading the Signs and Plot Twists. Every great story is filled with subtle clues and shocking surprises. Imagine you are reading a masterful novel. Part of the joy of the reading experience is noticing the small, seemingly insignificant details that the author has planted early in the story, the foreshadowing that hints at what is to come. And the most thrilling moments are often the unexpected plot twists, the shocking turns of events that you did not see coming, which completely change the direction of the narrative and reveal a deeper truth. Your life, as you co-author it with the universe, is this masterful novel. The journey of creation is never a simple, predictable, straight line from point A to point B. Your divine co-author is far too creative for that. The story will be filled with subtle signs and foreshadowing, and it will almost certainly contain a few major plot twists designed to make your journey more exciting and your ultimate victory more meaningful. The problem is that most people are not skilled readers of their own life story. They are so fixated on getting to the final page that they miss the beautiful and important clues scattered throughout the chapters. They misinterpret an exciting plot twist as a sign that the story has failed, causing them to lose faith and to want to stop reading. They are living in a magnificent, divinely written novel, but they are reading it with a literal and impatient mind, missing all the nuance, the magic, and the deeper meaning. The transformative solution is to become a masterful and insightful reader of your own life's narrative. You must learn to approach your journey not just as the hero, but also as the devoted reader, looking for the deeper meaning, the hidden clues, and the elegant structure in the events that unfold. When you become a skilled reader, your entire experience of life changes. You are no longer a victim of random events. You are an engaged participant in a beautifully unfolding story. A challenging event is no longer a failure. It is a thrilling plot twist. A meaningful coincidence is no longer an accident. It is a piece of divine foreshadowing. This mindset allows you to navigate the ups and downs of the creative process with a sense of wonder, curiosity, and an unshakable trust that a brilliant author is at the helm, and that every single event, no matter how it appears on the surface, is an essential and perfect part of your magnificent story. The first skill a good reader must develop is reading the signs. These are the universe's form of foreshadowing. They are the meaningful coincidences, or synchronicities, that the universe scatters along your path to let you know that you are on the right track and to hint at what is coming. These signs can be as simple as seeing repeating number patterns, like 1111 on the clock, just as you are thinking about your goal. They can be as direct as hearing a stranger have a loud conversation on their phone about the very topic you have been struggling with. They can be as beautiful as having a specific, meaningful animal or symbol, like a butterfly or a feather, appear in your path at a pivotal moment. The key to reading these signs is to approach them not with a rigid, superstitious mind, but with an open and playful heart. The practice is to start a signpost journal. Whenever one of these meaningful coincidences occurs that gives you that little jolt of recognition, that feeling of, oh, that's interesting, you will simply write it down. For example, I was feeling unsure about whether to invest in the new business course. On my walk today, I saw a billboard with the single word, invest. I took it as a sign to move forward. The purpose of the journal is to help you see the patterns. Over time, you will look back and see that you were never walking alone. The path was lit with 1,000 little signposts, all assuring you that you were headed in the right direction. The second and more advanced skill of a master reader is interpreting the plot twists. In any great story, the hero is faced with unexpected setbacks and challenges. These are the plot twists. In your life, a plot twist might look like a business deal falling through at the last minute, a relationship ending unexpectedly, or a project you worked hard on being rejected. The unskilled reader will see these events as a sign that the story is over and that they have failed. The master reader, however, knows that the plot twist is often the most important part of the story. It is the moment that forces the hero to dig deeper, to become more creative, and to discover a strength they did not know they had. The practice here is to reframe every single challenge by asking the powerful question, how is this plot twist serving the story of my hero's journey? For instance, your business deal falls through. Instead of despair, you ask the question, perhaps the answer is that this failure will force you to refine your proposal, making it 10 times stronger for the even bigger and better deal that is just around the corner. Perhaps the universe, your co-author, knew that this particular deal was not in your highest good. A powerful example of this is a rejection. That is actually a divine redirection. You apply for your dream job and you get a firm no. It feels like the end of a chapter. But 3 months later, you land an even better job and you hear that the first company went through a massive, painful layoff. The plot twist of the rejection was not a failure. It was your co-author masterfully protecting you and guiding you to a far better outcome. The third and final skill of a master reader is learning to listen to the narrator. Every great novel has a narrative voice that provides context, insight, and guidance. In the story of your life, the voice of the narrator is your own intuition. It is that quiet, calm, all-knowing voice within you that is always speaking, always guiding, and always offering you the deeper meaning of the events that are unfolding. It is the part of you that is in constant communication with your divine co-author. The problem is that the narrator's voice is often a whisper, and it can be easily drowned out by the loud, anxious voice of your own ego. To hear the narrator, you must practice creating moments of inner silence. As we have discussed, this can be through meditation, a quiet walk in nature, or simply taking a few deep breaths before making a decision. In this quiet space, you can ask your intuition for clarity. You can ask, what is the deeper meaning of this plot twist? Or what is this sign trying to tell me? The practice is to learn to distinguish the calm, peaceful, and expansive feeling of the narrator's voice from the loud, urgent, and contracted feeling of the ego's voice. The more you practice listening to and trusting this quiet, inner narration, the more you will feel like you have the author's notes to your own life. You will navigate every chapter with a deep sense of confidence and peace, knowing that you always have access to the deeper story that is being written. You are now not just the author and the hero of your story, but you are also its most insightful and devoted reader. You are engaged in a beautiful, interactive, and magical narrative with the universe. But every great story must reach a powerful and satisfying conclusion. How do you take all of your inner work, your editing, your outlining, your heroic action, and bring it to a powerful culmination? What is the final courageous act of publishing that transforms your beautiful inner story into a tangible, celebrated, and undeniable reality in the outer world? Remember to subscribe to Success Attraction Formula. Give this video a like and comment with your personal opinions or suggestions for channel development. Chapter 6. Publishing Your New Reality. A story, no matter how beautifully written, how compelling its characters, or how brilliant its plot, remains a private and powerless dream as long as it stays locked away in the author's desk drawer. The final, culminating, and most courageous act in any creative endeavor is the act of publishing. Publishing is the moment the author decides that their work is ready. It is the moment they choose to share their creation with the world, to release it from the private realm of imagination into the public realm of tangible reality. It is the act that transforms a manuscript into a book, a dream into a legacy. The same is true for the story of your life. You have done the magnificent and often deeply private work of writing your new chapter. You have edited your past, you have outlined your future, you have stepped into your heroic role, and you have learned to read the signs and navigate the plot twists. But now comes the final, exhilarating and often terrifying step. You must publish your new reality. The problem is that this is the moment where fear can make its final stand. We can get to the very finish line with our masterpiece in hand and then hesitate. We fear the vulnerability of being seen in our new story. We fear the judgment of others. We fear the finality of it. And so, we keep our story in the desk drawer of our minds, where it is safe, but where it can never truly come to life. The final hurdle is finding the courage to hit publish on your new life. The transformative solution, the final and most powerful chapter in this book, is to embrace the sacred and joyful act of publishing your new reality. This is the point where your inner work of creation culminates in a definitive, courageous, and tangible action in the outer world. It is the moment you stop preparing to live your new story, and you simply start living it, fully and unapologetically. Publishing is not just a single action, it is a profound declaration to yourself and to the universe that your new chapter is no longer a work in progress, but is now the official published version of your life. It is the ultimate act of faith, the moment you close the door on your old story forever and step fully into the new one. When you find the courage to publish your new reality, you are completing the creative cycle. You are taking the beautiful, energetic blueprint you have co-authored with the universe, and you are giving it a final, powerful push into physical form, making it a real, tangible, and undeniable part of your world. The first principle in this final act is understanding that publishing is a courageous leap. The act of publishing your new reality will almost always require you to take a bold and courageous leap of faith. It is the action that makes your new story real and irreversible. For the aspiring entrepreneur, publishing is the act of finally quitting the safe, old job to go all in on their new business. For the person seeking a new life in a new city, publishing is the act of actually packing the boxes and signing the lease. For the person who has been writing their novel in secret, publishing is the act of finally sending the manuscript to an agent. This leap is often scary because it involves letting go of the familiar and stepping into the unknown. The practice here is not to wait until the fear is gone. The practice is to leap with the fear. You must acknowledge the fear, thank it for trying to keep you safe, and then make the leap anyway, trusting that your co-author, the universe, will provide the net to catch you. You must come to a point where the pain of staying in your old, unpublished story is greater than the fear of publishing your new one. It is this moment of divine discontent that will give you the courage to finally make the leap. Once you have made the courageous leap and hit publish, the second principle is living the published story. The work is not over. A new and beautiful phase has begun. Once a book is published, the author must then step into the identity of a published author. They do interviews, they go on book tours, and they own their new title. In the same way, once you have published your new reality, you must fully integrate and embody your new identity. You must consciously and deliberately let go of the old narrative and the old persona. The practice for this is integration and embodiment. You must consistently and consciously make choices that are in alignment with your new published story. For example, if you have published your new reality as a healthy and vibrant person, you must now fully own that identity. You no longer refer to yourself as someone who is trying to be healthy. You simply are a healthy person. You joyfully choose nourishing foods, you move your body with pleasure, and you speak about your health with confidence and gratitude. This consistent embodiment is what makes your new reality stable and permanent. You are no longer just an author writing about a hero. You have fully and completely become the hero of your published work. The third and ultimate principle of publishing is sharing your story's message with the world. A book is not truly complete until it has been read, until its message has been received by others. The final and most joyful act of publishing your new reality is to share the wisdom, the hope, and the inspiration of your journey with others. This is not about seeking external validation or praise. It is the final, beautiful act of completing the creative cycle. It is about understanding that your personal story of transformation was never just for you. It is a gift that you can now offer to the world. The practice is inspirational sharing. This can take many forms. It could be by formally mentoring someone who is just beginning a similar journey. It could be by informally sharing your story with a friend who is struggling, offering them a beacon of hope. It could even be by simply embodying your new reality with such joy and authenticity that you become a silent, walking inspiration to everyone you meet. When you share your story, you do two profound things. You magnify your own joy and you solidify your own transformation, as teaching something is the deepest way to learn it. And you complete your contract with your co-author, the universe, by allowing your personal story to become a chapter in the grander, collective story of human courage, hope, and evolution. You have now walked the entire sacred path of the author of your own life. You have learned to lovingly edit the chapters of your past, to boldly outline a new and magnificent future, to write your request to the universe with power and faith, to step into the role of the courageous hero, to read the signs and navigate the plot twists, and finally, to publish your new reality for all the world to see. You now understand that your life is not a fixed and predetermined script, but a living, breathing, magnificent story that you have the power to write, to edit, and to reinvent at any moment. The end of this book is not the end of your story. It is merely the end of the preface. You are now standing before the beautiful, open-ended, and infinite library of your own potential, pen in hand, ready and equipped to write whatever magnificent tale your heart desires. We have come to the end of our journey together, a complete writer's workshop for the soul. We have traced the path from editing the old stories that no longer serve you, to outlining and writing a new chapter with your divine co-author, the universe. You have learned how to become the hero of your own tale, how to read the signs and plot twists along the way, and finally, how to courageously publish your new reality for the world to see. You now hold the pen with conscious and creative power. The story of you is yours to write, and the universe is eagerly awaiting your next magnificent chapter. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of your creative process. Your commitment to writing a more beautiful story for your life is an inspiration. If this guide has helped you pick up your own pen with new confidence, please consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the Success Attraction Formula channel for more storytelling tools. We would be honored to read about the new chapter you are writing in the comments below.